guided by the past. It seems we can do not aught but wait. He kind of does look like him. If you just changed his hair red. I didn't even think about it until now. Thus, we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. While you, while your colleague Nuna was enlightened us on historical events, which led us to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Assassins, Laha Brea. Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there is no evidence connecting the Assassins to myself. Yet I am aware that this Laha Brea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world, and I would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You're the only one present who has met the Hessian in question. But I would ask you directly: Are he and I the one? Are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about the untold destruction? I can. I don't know at this point. It's like maybe you all three are. A diplomatic answer. I understand the Assassins often use the bodies of others to enact their plot. It's impossible to say who they truly are. These Assassins, or Paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the Sundered Worlds. I have heard but a small number of their deeds, and still I find it difficult to comprehend the depths of what to which they were willing to sink. To choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. I admit, 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances, although the age may take their toll. My devotion to my duty will never waver. Unless it was influenced by something. Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. So it is him? Maybe it is him. It appears Claudian has awakened. I have some faint memories of what transpired. You stood against Athena and won, and you were there too. Laha Brea. Eric's memories of you dwell within me still. Though unyielding discipline, you hoped to forge a son equal to yourself. But the crucible you placed him in left scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At least I will not hear no more. Though you may possess Eric's memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the but you are not him. You are Laha Brea of the Convocation. You spread no effort. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise and my personal thanks. Insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. Most difficult of your trials is behind you, but you may find that Pandemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. Among them is the identity of him as its liberator. You set the very first wheels in motion. There is but one place to find these answers: the past. However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Sure. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. My time too draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. You shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes, while Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter. I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. So we're going back. Well, Biz. The word of the roof. We met once before, after all, although I might myself at the time next to our. I could rightly say my. Boom! Whoa. Yeah, this is where we found what's his name? It's madness. Didn't expect to see you so soon, but you know. Time to say some things. Ronald, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. Seems I was wrong. I just wanted to say hello. How neatly you must spent your motivations. Do as you will, and she has gone through the troubles to visit us. So I hardly think curtness is in order. We've braved pandemonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I will relinquish control of pandemonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in my hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured Athena's research into the Mythori. Thus were we able to restore Hegna mind and body. Yet there's still much work to be done, damage to repair, key wards to replace. The task is too many to count. But at all, the path may be long. Our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that pandemonium will resume function as it did before. Indeed, before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. One concerns pandemonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. I shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns may be weighty indeed. Do you intend to share your burdens with us? You would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief. But I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere no matter what may happen. I think he's going to deal with the heart of Sabik. To be honest, if we were to destroy it here, we could pretty much prevent a lot of things from happening. Stay here. This will be over soon. Why did you call me here, Master La Habrea? There's still much to be done if the Warrens are to be free. You have served within Pandemonium since Athena's time. That makes you the most senior keyword warrior. Now that Augustus is gone. As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, one concerning myself. Separating Hippotheus from myself required removing part of my soul. A necessary sacrifice, but one which came to no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of a man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. No. Can never hope to wield the same magics that they have so used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. That tone of defeat does not fit your voice, Master La Habrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no spare. Only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Hippothales left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Hippothales, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such domination exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hespero and Odysseus, their respect for me. Upon slipping their bonds, the took steps to throw pandemonium into chaos, with their attention divided. Keyboard and mortar alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before, regardless of Hitler's prowess, could not have won freedom on his own. For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. Could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago when she claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemone? None will question your pride in your position, your devotion to pandemonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision of pandemonium, but Athena's. Whatever has spurred this stunning accusation, I assure you there is a proper explanation. She's still under her control. Or worse, that is Athena. What are you doing, La Habrea? Do not approach. As I have already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. So I have come to the decision, one which was made with the best interest in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. I must embrace these odious memories. Mark well this sight, engrave it upon your very soul. You now bear witness to the true La Habrea. I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. I have her. Is she alive? Yes, then she shall remember this lesson well. Nina's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will towards me, but that is a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow pandemonium to divert my focus. As Monet, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is no other more suited to overseeing this prison, none other who will take such pride in their duty. My loyalty You, Athena, led me to betray you once more before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyboard? I require your talents, as I require Hespeos's. The past is of no consequence. Very well, in honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. Raise himself once more, he wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice once his judgment is renewed. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. Good. This is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk with him. I'll allow our bond pray no further, as his son, for him in the days ahead. I would not ask you to say the same, Ronald. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. What? And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any debts between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall whether loss unfathomable and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. Yeah, that. Okay, that says it all. That one is. This is our La Habrea, sadly. Not for you, my long-suffering demons may have never have been forced to reconsider my true nature, yet as I said, do not consider this an omission of debt. I believe you other place to be. Remain here any longer, I may incline to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. Wow. Yep, that's him alright. That's him. It is him. If you doubt, then yeah, that's him. No. If you had any doubt that the old man is our La Habrea, well, that said it all. Yeah. Let's go finish this. And hopefully whoever they send out tomorrow will be able to fix this finally. Because that's what I think it is. I think what it is that the person they keep sending out here, he's just become... I think it's because this area, it's nothing but retired people and such, so it's like... It's like, as long as it's just me complaining about my upload speed, he won't actually do anything, and then just have... And yet it's like, no. Like... Because then I get to call them and be like, hey, yeah, the person you sent out did nothing again. And they'll just keep sending someone different out until finally I get the one person that actually has some kind of competence and compassion enough to care about customers to want to fix this upload problem I have. I was reading around online and I'm thinking of buying a cable next month, just in case if they still can't fix it by then. They can't fix it by the end of the month. It would suck if that's the case, because then... There you are, Ronald. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story shone light upon any number of questions that were nagging at my conscience. You mean nibbling? Namely, those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Azalea. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison, ever grasping for someone to take Eric's place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it's only after research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should awaken the memories. The passage of time likely changed Eric's soul in subtle ways. Perhaps the ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Eric exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless, the choice to venture forth into Azalea was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. I do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I am still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth. Although we must not blame ourselves for events out of our control. That the voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated? Well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. It concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Eric would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Eric's memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. The final days have come, and the creation magics, so relied upon, now hastening our downfall. But despair has not yet won out. La Habrea and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. So he's not La Habrea. He hasn't taken the mantle. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus, Themis, has already offered to give his life for our salvation. But there is another problem which must be dealt with. Pandemonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. However, should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. The Pandemonium cells were breached, and their prisoners set upon the star. Our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Demas and La Albrea otherwise indisposed, that responsibility falls to me. That is why I must defy the directive of the convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I've resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of pandemonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning to the future, even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystals with magic that would attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be reborn anew, this message will reach me. Pandemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman like my dear friend will come along. One with the almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. They're talking about me. I wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved, and how many beasts has she slain since we last met? Alongside my mourning, this memory shall carry a wish. Ronald, may we read again. Now listen well. If anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandemonium. Haste, I repeat. And we did. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. Now we can come to this. The heart of speak. The tide that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft from memories. No traces remain of Athena. However, its power as Orsite yet remains, and it may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. Fate has left it with me for a reason. No, we're going to destroy that thing. I shall take my leave on behalf of my colleagues. Nay, the entire star. I thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. We're really gonna let him walk away with that thing. We're really gonna let him walk away with that thing.
I see. Then Hephaestus' story has been laid bare. As has the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandemonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored.
The first time I think they've done a raid where voice acting happens.
I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. But there are more, if you would dig a little deeper. Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember, in what I feel.
I'm gonna be honest, I thought his voice would be a little more high pitched, like a child.
You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of Pandemonium are clear, all else is hazy at best.
Oh.
Perhaps Athena made me this way. Or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future and your past. At the Crystal Tower's peak, we clash. And later, from that self-same spire, I send you forth into our age, into Elpis. Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say. However, I can hazard a guess. Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into Pandemonium. A glimpse which shows not the path we took or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis. And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation, then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile, and I am unburdened by regret. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. A devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life, each star a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other.
Like we just lost him twice now.
How fascinating. The truths that dwell at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet... Should this star continue upon its path, look, the light.
Welcome back, Ronald. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Really, it is a gift that I could never to repay. As Laha Brea said, I am not Eric, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I am ready to pursue my research with a fervor the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless, I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I only hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you farewell. Oh, it's easy stuff. All of these are bad. Oh, maybe not. Hey, a new chapter, a new game plus. Both the interior and a hard to beat to keep my mind occupied. What do you know? The public has been keeping us quite busy as of late. They agree how we're making sense of all these fabulous tales. Oh, we get a cutscene. We were told that yeah, if you talk to this person after you're done, it's the story. It's like our research into Hardest to Speak has led us through many magnificent legends and tales from bygone civilizations, some of which mention, or at least hint at, the presence of Athena, Orisite, and the High Seraph Ultima. Why we have formed an operating theory based on our findings, it is impossible for us to confirm its feasibility. Given your experience with the High Seraph, however, I can think of no one better with whom to discuss it. We are playing tactics after this. Sometime, I think next week we're going to start up tactics. Because tactics is a very important storyline that we kinda should know and experience together. Okay? Although we know not the precise timing of the High Seraph's visit to the star, we do know that Athena somehow came into possession of a mysterious crystal said to be the source of the destructive magic known as Ultima. According to Laha Brea, it was Athena who gave this crystal the name Orisite, and from her tireless research was born the Heart of Sabik. The Heart of Sabik contained not only Athena's memories, but a concentration of ether unlike anything we have observed. Even a small portion of it could level mountains. It did, in fact, level Castor Moranium not so long ago. Records of your previous encounter with Laha Brea imply that the heart was for a time in the hands of the Alakan Empire. Doubtless, it was the Asian himself gifted to them, thus sowing the seeds of calamity. The Alakans made little progress towards penetrating its mysteries, and some scholars attribute the fact that they were able to use it at all to theoretical encounters between Alakam researchers and the High Seraph. Regardless of its journey, however, we do know that the Heart of Sabik returned to La Habrea's clutches soon after the Fourth Umbral Calamity. The rest hardly bears going over again. Tracing the legends of Orsite back to their source suggests that the High Seraph may be the cause of countless tragedies, including our most recent one. Regardless of the Orsite's source, however, it was Athena's bottomless ambition that set the wheels of tragedy in motion. I found one of La Habrea's most odd. While we were discussing Athena, he said that he was a fool to think she could be confined. He didn't elaborate on the statement, but I think there's a possibility that Pandemonium was built not as a prison for failed creations, but to contain his very own wife. Jeez. Guess we'll never know. We already know he was well aware of the influence Orsite had on Athena. It is not beyond the realm of possibility that Pandemonium's true purpose was to keep her isolated from the other ancients. Even so, she had freedom enough to continue her research outside of La Habrea's purview. Perhaps it was his love for her that kept him from tightening his grip on her activities. Guess we'll never know. Yeah. Those are questions that we'll never know in the end. I'll go to research. Let me. Of course, I have made the proper show to graduate. Stone-faced, claiming that he had only done his duty to learn every detail. So I suppose. So what if I take it again? So I guess we just repeat the same thing as before, right? It just repeats itself. But yeah, that's a cool scene to have. Where's the other? There you are. The more I try to make sense of what happened, the more my mind ties itself with the dots. Look at this way, security. Oh wait. No. Actually, yeah, that would be right. Layer. Okay, I need flying. I can only possess one. I think it might. I think it might be working. Well, that puts me over the limit, which is actually good. Yeah. So. No, it doesn't matter at this point. Yes. So there you go. I need another ring. But at least we now have that done. We go to Labyrinthos. Old Charlie. I'll grab the scene. I'll unlock for the fight. And I think that's gonna be it for a bit. Hang on. Sorry, somebody dropped off a watermelon to me. Yeah, let's go and look to the extreme. In case they learn how to do the fight and then try to explain it to me, at least I'll have it open. Down the line. Greetings, if you could tell. How about gold? Ah, the knight clad in black armor. Armor black. Pray tell me of your encounter with him beyond the veil. Good detail. So, the true motive for his crusade was the salvation of his brethren. Thus did he prevent Azija, yearning to return her into a force capable of breaking down the barrier between worlds. For one that speaks of deliverance, concocting a plot that would condemn the souls of another world to death rings decidedly unheroic. We know, Yoshiki. Nevertheless, I feel inspired with a new verse. Pray, lend me your ears. For home the shackled worm did yearn, stained by shadow her nature turned, in darkness did her captor swear, to claim his kind, their stolen share. Only salvation would suffice, another world to pay the price. Hailed hero or branded villain, deeds never to be forgiven. What could have driven him to such ends, to sacrifice the very souls he hoped to save, to give rise to an entity born of such sorrow as Zeromus? He is worthy of contempt for his deeds. Of that there is no doubt. Yet all was done for the salvation of his people. One cannot help but be drawn to such a tale. Yes. Which I'm not gonna do. Like I said, it's a fight that I can do whenever I want. Okay, so sorry. Okay. But I guess now we can go learn. Actually, let me double check. Let me check if anybody's actually gonna learn the fight. Because there are a couple people that actually do. And I kind of want to slip into their. If they have like which parts in place. What are you talking about? There we are. Yeah, everybody's trying to do blue maids too. That's the crazy part. When is this? Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Okay, so no one's really. Oh, I just gotta remember some of them. It's not hard. I can tell you that much. It wouldn't. It's not. No, that's about it for story though. So now I don't have to worry about spoilers.